Hi y'all, Lane on Base here, and welcome back to the kitchen. Now it's Sunday, and yesterday it was like 80 degrees. It was just absolutely amazing. But then the thunderstorms rolled in, and so did the chill air. So today it's down in the 60s, and because of that several days of really warm weather, now it feels even colder than it would have, you know. So today's going to be comfort food for me. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the dessert because it needs to chill for a couple of hours. And, you know, especially for those of you that think you don't bake. And I know there's a lot of guys and there's some ladies out there that think they don't bake. And it's actually easier than you think it is. If I can do it, anybody can, okay? And I'm going to start with something real simple. Lemon bars. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, this is an old-fashioned brand, Krusteaz, and they do a lot of different things. Boy, their waffles are great, by the way. Lemon bars, and every once in a while you can find key lime bars, which are totally awesome. Either one of them I recommend highly. And they're just so simple to do. I mean, if you flip over the box, you see that all you need is what's in the box plus 3 eggs and a little bit of water. So, let's get started. Now, I do things a little backwards because it saves me time. And the first thing I do is I preheat the oven to 350, and while that's going on, I'm going to break the box open, get everything together, and I'm going to make the crust first. Check this out. The crust is simple. You turn your oven on and preheat it to 350, and while it's doing that, get your cooking spray, generously spray your pan as you've seen I've done. Then all you do is take the crust mix and put it in there. You don't have to add anything to it. It's just simple. And then from there it's just a process of spreading it out. Don't worry about lumps because you want to press it together regardless. The one thing you do want to worry about is covering the bottom of the pan as evenly as you can with your hands. Don't strive for perfection. You're not going to achieve it. Even my dad, who was the quintessential engineer, even when he cooked, never got this thing to be perfectly even, and you just don't really want it to. See how easy that was? And I'm done. I'm just waiting for the oven. Okay, and we're going to bake that for about 8 minutes. While the crust is baking, now I'm going to put together the filling. And you can see I've already got my 3 eggs cracked into the bowl. And very first thing, just going to beat those up a little bit. I find a whisk works best. Get yourself a good one because it really does matter. Now 1/3 cup of water. And again, we're beating it up. And let's keep it in the bowl lane. Good enough. Now, the only thing left to do is to put the mix in. Make sure you get it all. And start out very slowly to wet your mix so that you don't send your egg mixture out of the bowl. Check it, make sure it's smooth, and that's it. Now we just have to wait for the crust to get done. And after 8 minutes, don't even pay attention to the way it looks because it's still going to be very, very pale. Now that has fully cooked 8 minutes, so pay no attention to the way it looks when it comes out of the oven, okay? And now, while it is very hot, pour your mixture in. that's it. Now we're going to bake it for another 26 to 28 minutes. You can see it's nice and browned around the edges. The top is starting to brown up. Now it's time to bring it out of the oven. Now after 27, 28 minutes in the oven, you can see it's all nice and brown. Everything's happy. The first thing you got to do is let it cool down out here a little bit. But then, as soon as possible, you want to get it into your refrigerator and chill it for a good couple of hours. After you get done with that, we've got one last step before you get it ready to serve. Now, this has chilled for a couple of hours. The very last thing to do is just sprinkle a good amount of powdered sugar all over the top. And don't worry about it if you get too much, because it's going to come off and make everybody look funny when they eat it. Okay. See how I did that? Alright, now all we have to do is cut it up and put it on a serving platter. Don't those look just good enough to eat, or what? So there you go, quick and easy lemon bars, and man, it just doesn't get any easier than that, okay? And you know, one of the things that I hope to show in this whole series of cooking videos is that you don't have to be trained. You don't have to go to school. You know, take your time, have fun with it. And if you're like me, baking was, you know, a little daunting, I guess. And so this is how I got into it, doing the easy things first. So try these out, have fun with it. If you find them, there's a key lime bar variation, and those are really good too. So anyway, enjoy that dessert. I'm Lane on Base. Y'all keep thumping. Peace.